おはよう、こんにちは、こんばんは、廣邑はるです。There are some parents who find it difficult to read stories to their children, and I want to help them using my skill and experience. Today's storybook is... Asian Scientist Junior 康介森田 Written by Sim Shu-jun, illustrated by Chao Yi-win. Sorry if I read that name wrongly. And this is the cover. Kosuke Morita. The elements of the periodic table make up everything in the universe. New elements are very hard to discover. But like a lion on the prowl, Kosuke Morita hunted down element 113, the first element ever discovered by researchers from Asia. Don't you want to know how he did it? And what he named it? Wow, looks interesting. Let's look at this. So for Japanese, this will be the surname and this will be the given name. Morita Kosuke. And look, it's 113. Everybody loves splashing about in the ocean during a day at the beach. But have you ever wondered why water feels wet? Also, what makes sand feel grainy? Your ice cream tastes sweet and the sun shines bright. Everything in the universe, from seawater to the grains of sand on the beach to the millions of stars in the sky, is made of elements. I love the beach. What about you? Elements can be combined in different ways to make the world come alive with beautiful colors and textures. For example, the elements hydrogen and oxygen come together like good friends to form the wet, cool water you swim in. And that is why we call it H2O. Because you need two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen to form the molecule of water. We know about elements because scientists have discovered more than 100 of them over the years, which they have added to a chart known as the periodic table. One such scientist is Kosuke Morita, who has made it his life mission to hunt down new elements. Here it is. He has a pair of glasses, a smiley face. He has a net for catching elements. Kosuke was born on January 23, 1957, in the city of Kitakyushu in Japan. As a child, he enjoyed tinkering and even built himself a radio from scratch. In high school, Kosuke fell in love with physics, the study of the fundamental properties of the natural world. Isn't it fascinating to learn about how things move, how rainbows are made, and how you can be weightless in space? He thought. So he thought about all these things. Look at the astronaut in space, the shooting stars, and the planets, and the sun, and the rainbows, and the birds. What do you think about? But physics didn't come easily to Kosuke. In university, he found it hard to understand many of the ideas his professors tried to teach him. Frustrated and disappointed, he left without completing his studies. Oh no. But what happens later? Kosuke joined Riken, a research institute in Japan, where he became fascinated by the elements of the periodic table. There, he eventually finished his studies after years of hard work. Wow, what a great place to study and research what you really like. At Riken, Kosuke set his sights on finding a new element named element 113. He and his team used a machine called a particle accelerator to smash smaller elements together at high speeds. They knew that if they did it just right, the smaller elements would combine to form element 113. It took Kosuke's team less than a year to make element 113. They were ecstatic when they succeeded. Over the next 9 years, they checked over and over again to make sure they were correct. Look, that's Kosuke. But who's this? From where? But Kosuke's team was not the only one hunting element 113. Another team of scientists from Russia and the United States was racing with them to find it. Which team would win the race? Both teams insisted that they had found element 113 first. Now it was up to the senior scientists in charge to decide who was right. What do you think? Kosuke waited nervously to find out which team had won. For good luck, he threw 113 into the offering box every time he visited a shrine. Look at this. Do you know what these are? They are cherry blossoms, sakura, and they bloom only in spring. And they're the national flower of Japan. And in shrines like this, you put coins in it, and then you make a wish or pray for something. Finally, on New Year's Eve 2015, the senior scientists announced their decision. Kosuke and his team had discovered element 113 first. Yay! Good news! Element 113 was discovered at Riken. And that's the press conference where they showed the new addition to the periodic table. And what did they name the element? Look at this. NH nihonium. Let's see why and how it came about. Kosuke felt very proud. It was the first time an element had been discovered in an Asian country. He named element 113 nihonium after Nihon, the Japanese word for Japan. Nihonium would have its very own spot on the periodic table and be given the symbol NH. Yay! New element! It took Kosuke nearly 10 years to hunt down nihonium. Today, he is still hard at work, laying his traps and waiting to catch even more new elements. Who knows what he will find next? Here. That is Morita-san. And here, that's the press conference held when they announced it. He looks so happy, doesn't he? And that's the end. Oh look, there are other books in this series. Check them out. Thank you for listening. Bye and see you.